Developmental tasks of normal. Alright, class. Today we'll be diving into a fascinating concept in psychology, developmental tasks. These are essential challenges individuals face at different stages in life. Successfully navigating them paves the way for healthy growth and future development. Imagine life as a series of stepping stones. Each stone represents a developmental task, and mastering one allows you to step confidently onto the next. Let's focus on the concept of normal development, acknowledging that individual experiences may vary. During childhood, a crucial task is developing a sense of trust and autonomy. This involves forming secure attachments with caregivers, learning to explore their surroundings independently, and gaining a sense of self-control. As children transition into adolescence, their bodies and minds undergo dramatic changes. A key developmental task here is achieving a sense of identity. This involves exploring different roles, values, and beliefs, and ultimately forming a solid concept of who they are as individuals. Furthermore, adolescents grapple with establishing emotional independence. This often involves navigating a shift in their relationship with parents, asserting their own opinions, and developing healthy peer relationships. Young adulthood brings its own set of challenges. Individuals typically focus on developing intimacy with others, forming romantic relationships, and potentially starting families. Additionally, establishing a career path and achieving economic independence become important tasks. Middle adulthood presents a new set of hurdles. Balancing career demands with family life and caring for aging parents can be a complex task. Individuals may also grapple with a sense of purpose and reevaluate their life goals. Finally, during later adulthood, a crucial task involves maintaining a sense of well-being and finding meaning in life. This might involve adjusting to retirement, nurturing relationships with loved ones, and reflecting on one's accomplishments. Remember, these are just general guidelines. The specific tasks encountered and the timeline for achieving them can vary depending on individual circumstances and cultures. However, understanding these developmental tasks can provide valuable insight into the challenges and triumphs we all face throughout life.
What is the secret of a long life? All right, everyone, let's delve into a question that's captivated humanity for centuries. What is the secret to a long life? While there's no single magic potion, researchers have identified several key factors that contribute to longevity. Genetics undoubtedly plays a role. Some people are simply predisposed to live longer lives. However, genetics isn't the whole story. Lifestyle choices significantly impact our lifespan. Maintaining a healthy diet is crucial. Think along the lines of the Mediterranean diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. Moderating sugar intake and limiting processed foods are also important. Regular physical activity is another key factor. Aim for moderate exercise most days of the week. This could be brisk walking, swimming, cycling, or any activity you enjoy that keeps you moving. Physical activity strengthens your heart, improves circulation, and helps manage weight. Speaking of weight management, maintaining a healthy body mass index, BMI, is vital. Obesity is a significant risk factor for many chronic diseases that can shorten lifespan. Adequate sleep is essential for both physical and mental well-being. Most adults require around 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Chronic sleep deprivation can negatively impact your health and longevity. Don't underestimate the power of stress management. Chronic stress weakens the immune system and increases the risk of various health problems. Techniques like meditation, yoga, or spending time in nature can be effective stress relievers. Building strong social connections is another piece of the longevity puzzle. Having close relationships with family and friends provides emotional support, a sense of belonging, and combats loneliness, which can be detrimental to health. Finally, cultivating a positive outlook on life seems to play a role. Studies suggest that optimism and a sense of purpose can contribute to a longer lifespan. The key takeaway? Longevity isn't about a single factor, but rather a combination of healthy habits and a positive approach to life. By making smart choices about diet, exercise, sleep, stress management, and social connections, we can significantly increase our chances of living a long and healthy life.
Toxic stress, a slow wear and tear. Alright class, today we'll be discussing a concept crucial for understanding child development, toxic stress. It's not your typical stress response, but rather a chronic state with far-reaching consequences. Imagine your body is a machine. When faced with danger, it releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, priming you for fight or flight. This is a healthy response, helping you navigate short-term threats. But what happens when that stress response is constantly triggered? This is where toxic stress comes in. It arises from prolonged exposure to adversity in childhood, such as abuse, neglect, violence in the home, or unstable living conditions. Unlike the short-term stress response, toxic stress doesn't have a chance to shut down. Think of it like this: the constant barrage of stress hormones is like a slow wear and tear on a machine. Over time, this allostatic load, as it's called, can damage a developing child's brain architecture and weaken their immune system. The consequences of toxic stress can be profound and long-lasting. Children exposed to chronic stress may struggle with learning, memory, and emotional regulation. They might be more prone to mental health issues like anxiety and depression later in life. Additionally, their physical health can also be compromised, increasing the risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. The good news is that toxic stress is preventable. By creating safe and supportive environments for children, we can buffer the effects of adversity. This includes providing nurturing relationships with caregivers, access to healthcare and mental health services, and fostering a sense of security and stability in the home. Early intervention is also crucial. By identifying children experiencing toxic stress early on and providing them with appropriate support, we can mitigate the long-term damage and help them reach their full potential. So, understanding toxic stress is vital. It's not just about a bad day, it's about the chronic burden that can shape a child's future. By working together, we can create environments that nurture healthy development and protect our children from the slow wear and tear of toxic stress.
Why do we touch strangers so much? Alright class, today's topic might surprise you. Why do we touch strangers? While a handshake or a light pat on the back might seem commonplace, the reasons behind this seemingly simple act are quite complex. Throughout history, touch has served various purposes in social interactions. A handshake, for example, has origins as a gesture of peace, displaying open palms and lack of concealed weapons. Over time, it evolved into a way to signal trust, finalize agreements, or even show respect. But touch can also be a form of nonverbal communication. A gentle touch on the arm during a conversation might convey empathy or encouragement. A pat on the back after a good performance could show approval. In some cultures, a kiss on the cheek is a common greeting, conveying warmth and familiarity. There might even be a biological basis for touching strangers. Studies suggest a handshake might be a subconscious way to exchange information through pheromones, chemical signals that influence our behavior. Sniffing your hand after a handshake, though uncommon these days, might be a relic of this ancient form of communication. However, it's important to recognize that cultural norms surrounding touch vary greatly. What's considered a friendly pat in one culture might be perceived as invasive in another. In today's globalized world, being mindful of these differences is crucial for respectful interaction. Finally, the recent pandemic has highlighted the potential downsides of touching strangers. The ease with which germs and viruses can spread through physical contact has led to a shift towards alternative greetings like elbow bumps or waves. So, why do we touch strangers? The answer lies in a complex interplay of historical tradition, nonverbal communication, potential biological benefits, and evolving cultural norms. While the way we touch might change with time, the underlying desire for connection and communication through physical contact likely remains a fundamental human impulse.
Chinstrap penguin population in the... Alright, students, let's delve into the fascinating world of Antarctic penguins, specifically focusing on the Chinstrap penguin population. These tuxedo-clad birds with their distinctive black chin strap are abundant in the southern hemisphere. Traditionally, Chinstrap penguins have been considered one of the most populous penguin species. Estimates have ranged from a staggering 3 million to a whopping 8 million breeding pairs. This translates to massive colonies concentrated on the Antarctic Peninsula and surrounding islands. However, recent research paints a more nuanced picture. While chinstraps might still be considered a relatively abundant species, their population trends are a cause for concern. A study published in the journal Nature utilized satellite imagery, drone footage, and ground surveys to conduct the first comprehensive global assessment of chinstrap penguins. The results revealed a global population of approximately 3.42 million breeding pairs across 375 breeding sites. While this remains a significant number, it's important to note that this doesn't account for potential historical declines. The study also identified 23 previously known colonies that are now either absent or considered extirpated, meaning the penguins have vanished from those locations. While some new colonies were discovered, the overall picture suggests a potential decrease in chinstrap penguin numbers. Several factors might be contributing to this decline. Climate change is a major threat, with warming waters disrupting food availability and altering sea ice patterns crucial for breeding. Human activities like overfishing can also impact their food sources. The future of chinstrap penguins remains uncertain. Continued monitoring and conservation efforts are crucial to ensure their long-term survival. Understanding their population trends is vital for developing effective conservation strategies and protecting these charismatic Antarctic inhabitants.